Zach, what's up, man? How are you doing? There we go. Back a little bit. What are you up to on this fine Thursday evening? That was a little right. A little right. I'm waiting on my insert to come in for my my buck, because the one I have is completely blown out. So I didn't get my daily like 2 to 3 shots in. That's okay. There we go. I'd say we're in there. Uh-oh, that's not good, Zach. It's not good at all. I gotta cut down my other Easton Legacy arrows. From Morocco, what's up? Thank you, thank you. How are you guys doing? Ice cold. It is a Pontiac G8 GT, or a Commodore Holden, as some people know it. Debbie, what's up? Hello from Wyoming. Jackson, what's up? How you doing? Hello from Scotland. How's everybody doing tonight? Thanks for hopping on. Get this back in the quiver for tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow's like the second day this week I'm going to hunt. I feel like I've been slacking, but I got like 10 pounds of jerky. Nah, Tim, it's the 6-0. I got like 10 pounds of jerky in the dehydrator right now. Give you my car? Yeah, if you show up to my house with $6 grand in a trailer, it's yours. I'm trying to get her out of here so I can, Nah, they didn't do them in the 6.4. They only did them in the 6.0 and 6.2. That was low. Oh, let's not shoot that until we get this in there. Yeah, you show up with $6 grand in a trailer and it's yours. What's the 0 to 60? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't even remember. I haven't driven her in like a year. Faceless. This bow right here, my Black Hunter. This is my practice bow. This is 20 pounds. I have my Samick Sage in the background here. That's this one. This is my hunting bow, and this one is 43 pounds. Yeah, Michael, either the Black Hunter or the Samick Sage. I've got a review and a link of the Samick Sage on the channel if you want to check it out. There we go. Faceless. I've only done trad so far this year. Normally, yeah, I shaved, guys. I killed a buck, so I was allowed to shave. I got my first recurve buck. It was pretty cool. I did that on Monday, so. Take your shirt off? I don't know. I'm trying to keep it PG, and I'm a little fluffy right now, so I'm not going to take the shirt off. I might have plucked that one just a little bit. But, yeah, no, the Samick Sage or the Black Hunter, they're both like $80 bows. and they're fantastic. You can replace the string on them, and yeah. Hello from Colombia. Spoon feed. My black hunter, this is my practice bow, which you'll see me shoot on lives a lot. It's a 20-pound bow. My hunting bow, which is my Samick Sage, is a 43-pound bow, or I draw 43 pounds. For anybody who doesn't know, traditional archery bows are all measured at 28-inch draws. So anytime you go past that, you're adding about 2.5 pounds per inch. The Bear Super Grizzly. That's what Tony has. I do not have one of those. And honestly, I don't really like shooting it. That's a 58-inch bow overall. So if you're a bigger guy like me, I've just found that it doesn't stack very well. Stack meaning when you draw past 28 inches, it gets super aggressive with the poundage increase. So it doesn't stay like a consistent 2.5 pounds. It seems like I'm drawing a lot more weight than I actually am. So, nah, spoon feed, 43 pounds isn't bad. I've killed 4 deer with it. I had one very mature buck that I shot in the shoulder. It was a bad shot on my part. I can't blame the setup. I can't blame the bow. So, Vincent, I appreciate it. I'm not really making anything. If you see this piece of wood back there, we're going to turn that into a bow for next year. Yeah, I got venison in my fridge. I got venison in the dehydrator. I'm making about 10 pounds of jerky right now. What's the blue car? It's a Pontiac G8 GT. I think I'm going hunting tomorrow. My dad is coming up, so like I'm kind of hunting, but I'm more interested in getting my dad on some deer. But he can't. His health isn't too great, so it's kind of hard to get him. He can't walk more than a couple hundred yards, so it's kind of hard to get him on deer. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try our darndest. I got a spot where there's a buck coming down towards the road in the evening. I'm hoping he slips up and comes down a little early tomorrow. What can I realistically hunt with a 40-pound bow? I've taken 4 white-tailed deer with it. So, I mean, you know, you can hunt deer. I know somebody who hunts elk with a 45-pound bow. So you don't need super heavy bows. If you have heavy arrows, like I'm running 650 grain arrows and they'll punch through everything. Yeah, exactly. Like the time with my dad is a lot more important than me hunting. Like I said, I already got my buck. If we're up to me, I'd probably down in Maryland, but I gotta enjoy the time with my dad. You know, you never know how long you got with him. So. Those are touching. Hello from Turkey. I'm good. How are you doing? We got a lot of people on. Welcome to the channel, guys. How's everybody doing tonight? Gunner, if you're gonna get into traditional archery, which is what I'm doing, you know, just to stick in a string, I would highly recommend you start really light, get a 20-pound bow. The nice thing about these takedown bows is that you can get limbs for about $40, and you can just upgrade the limbs, and that'll up the poundage. So. Vincent, it'll be my 3-year anniversary here in about a month. A super chat. Oh, 1 like equals 1 push-up. I'm down for it. Let's do it. You mean like a like on the super chat, or you mean like a like on the overall live stream? Either way, I'd still be kind of down for it. I'm in the Army, so anytime we get silly challenges, like I'm here for it. Well, digital, like I said, my hunting bow is 43 pounds, dude. I've had 0 issues with killing deer. I mean, I blew through the shoulder of a mature doe. Like my arrow hit the opposite shoulder and it went through and she broke it in half. So, you know, I haven't had any issues with it. Am I checking Facebook? Andy, I haven't been. Am I missing something? If you sent us a message and Tony read it and I didn't get the notification, then I probably missed it, and I apologize. I'll try and check it, man. I'm sorry. That was kind of high. I was aiming for the dot on the right. Landon, I do hunt. I hunt whitetail deer primarily. Sometimes some pheasant hunting, sometimes some duck and goose hunting, but not too much. Ooh, that sounds like fun, Gunner. I don't miss those days. But yeah, I am in the Army. I mean, it might not look like it. I've been slacking off a little bit, but you know, we only have height and weight like every 6 months, so you know. I just want to be splitting arrows, but like I'm just not. No, I don't cant the bow a whole lot. I don't like doing it. If you see me do it with the black hunter, normally it's because these arrows are a little under spine for me, and the result is if I shoot perfectly horizontally, I end up to the left of the target. So I do tend to aim, or I do tend to cant it a little bit. With my hunting bow, I don't cant it all though. I don't like doing that. And generally speaking, a lot of times when people cant, it's because they're kind of hiding issues with their arrows because they're not tuned properly. Not everybody. Some people just like to cant, and I respect that. But a lot of people, like, they end up doing it because their arrows fly better because they're not tuned properly. Wyatt, I hunt with the Recurve. At least I'm strictly Recurve this year up until rifle season, and then I want to kill a deer with the rifle because I haven't done it yet. I've taken 14 deer now in the last 3 years, but I haven't taken anything with the rifle, so... Yeah, this is 13 yards. Guys, if I miss somebody in the chat, it's moving pretty fast. I apologize. Just type it again, and I'll try and answer it. Otherwise, the admins, the people showing up in blue, they can answer most of your questions because they've seen them asked before. So. Anybody else got a long holiday weekend here? You guys gonna do anything for Veterans Day? I plan on getting out and hunting a little. Oh, any tips for hunting skunks? No, Wyatt. I'm glad that's a problem I don't have. 1 like equals 1 push-up. He did send a super chat, but I don't recall, Mr. Random. Did you just mean 1 like on the channel, or did you mean 1 like on the on your super chat? No, I haven't tried the flu arrows with the Recurve. Those are primarily small game. I wanted to do some pheasant hunting with the Recurve, but I didn't get a chance to do it this year because I just killed my buck this week. 1 like on the channel, or like the live stream in general, because I can't do 1 like for every like on the channel. I'd die. Catfish, what's up, brother? How are you doing? Raymond, honestly, I'd say get a crossbow, dude. If you can't use crossbows, then do a compound. So my reason being, guys, like I'd encourage anybody to pick up the recurve and shoot it. But if you don't have the experience bow hunting, I think you're going to set yourself up for failure starting off with a recurve. It's a different animal. Your broadheads are smaller. I mean, the cutting diameter, I got my running arrows right here. The cutting diameter on this is like 1 1/8 inch, okay? My expandables that I run on my compound are 2 inches. Like your blood trails with a compound are significantly better than with this. So my recommendation, start out with a compound or a crossbow. And then once you've got like 10 deer under your belt, if you want to switch to the recurve and you've practiced a lot and you feel confident, then go ahead and give her a try. I'm a little high that time. We'll just go back and forth. Yeah, Raymond, like I said, like I'd probably start with a compound, dude. It's just, I think you're gonna have an easier time starting out. And even with the compound, like you're gonna make mistakes. Like we're human, we do it. I've made bad shots with the compound, just like I've made bad shots with the recurve. You know, the room for error is a lot greater with a traditional bow than it is with a compound. So set yourself up for success. Learn some stuff if you haven't archery hunted before, you know, because it's a different animal. You know, with the rifle, I can't imagine you do too much tracking. So, no, I do not turkey hunt, Hayden. I'm sorry. I know I missed your question the first time. What hits harder? A compound. Any day of the week. With my compound, I'm shooting 580 grain arrows out of a 70-pound bow. I've blown through both shoulders on does with that bow, like blown right through. It's insane. But I'm a big believer. Like I don't like fixed blades. I really like expandable broadheads, specifically the G5 Megameats and the NAP Spitfires. Those are my two go-tos. What camera am I using? I'm using an iPhone 16. Just starting with the recurve. Yes, I have lots of tips for you. The most important is probably tune your arrows. Bare shaft, tune your arrows. If you don't do that, you're gonna have a lot of issues that you can't correct until you do that, you know? So if you have any local bow shops to you or anybody local to you that shoots recurves that can help with that process, seek them out. It's not super hard once you know how to do it, but you gotta tune your arrows. You gotta bare shaft tune your arrows. So play around, like strip the feathers off, play around with length and play around with weight. I'm a gap shooter, and you can, basically what that means is I'm using the arrow tip to aim, okay? So I'm not shooting instinctive. And what you can do is you can adjust the weight in your arrows so that way, you can adjust the weight and the length so that way you're tip on at a certain distance, meaning for me, mine's like 20 yards. I put the tip on at 20 yards and that's where the arrow impacts. So that would be my biggest piece of advice. Tune your arrows first and then get a tip on distance. Everything else, you're plucking, you're gonna know when you do it. You're going to do it, but you're gonna know when you do it. If you short draw, you're probably gonna know when you do it. That's the other thing. A lot of people like a clicker, so that way they know when to release. I wouldn't say you need one. If you, like my arrows are specifically cut to 31 inches, so I draw them all the way back until the broadhead hits the riser, and then I know I'm at full draw. So there's ways around it without a clicker, but yeah, that would be my advice to you. I think we're probably gonna make some videos on stuff I wish I would have known before I got into traditional archery. So. Uh-oh, bugs, that's not good. That's awesome, John. Archery is amazing. I love it. It calms my soul. Being out in the woods is awesome, but just coming out here and shooting. Have I tried any longbows? Yes, actually I have. Tony had, what was it? I can't think of the one Tony had. He ended up breaking it on a live because an arrow slipped off right as he released and he dry fired it. I'll think of it. It'll come to me. But I didn't care for it a whole lot, but I probably need to try a couple out. One of my biggest issues with bows is that I really like a bow with a longer AMO. So I like a longer bow pretty much. For anybody who doesn't know, AMO is basically the length of the bow. So for me, who draws 31 to 32 inches, I like a longer bow. It just stacks better for me. No, Tristan, we haven't had any catastrophic FAs in the garage. We did shoot the tire on the G8 the one time, and the arrow ricocheted and came right back at me. That was cool. Jay Sizzle, how are you doing, brother? Welcome back. All 3 arrows touching, that's not too bad. I'll take it. John, that seems really excessive. How are your shoulders doing? I'm trying not to lose any more inserts in that target. Bugs. I don't know. It's going to depend on how cold it's going tonight. I know up here, I don't think it's going down below like 50. So I would try and find her tonight. But if you don't think it was a good shot, I don't know. Like you got to analyze the shot. If you think it was liver, I'd give it a couple hours and go back. If you think it was guts, then you probably got to let her sit until morning, dude. Heather Plummer. Heather, do you stop on every night and say Robin Hood? I tried a different anchor point there. Cool Fire, I do hunt. I have been hunting with strictly recurves this year. IFV, I'm using the, I don't know what it is. It's like the blue glue that they sell at like Cabela's. I can't remember what it is, but it's for inserts. No, Michael, I don't shoot any wood arrows just because they're not as resilient as the carbon arrows. Although I did link up with somebody on here, and he said he custom makes them, so I might buy some off of him just because it would be kind of cool. John, if you saw an old bear bow for $35, I'd pick that up so quick, super quick. And I'm not a huge fan of the bear bows. They're great. A lot of people like them. For me, they just don't seem to stack well, but I would absolutely, absolutely get one. Yeah, I got shotguns. Ben, what are you doing? Bugs, if it was a gut shot, dude, I would probably let her lay overnight. It's gonna take her a while to die, most likely. And you're just gonna risk pushing her otherwise, dude. So that's my opinion. It could be wrong. I wasn't there. It's hard to analyze without seeing it. So cool fire. Like I said, so for those of you who don't know, I'm only going on my third season hunting. My first year hunting, I took 3 deer with a compound. My second year hunting, I took 7 deer with a compound. And then this year, I've gone strictly recurve, and I've taken 4 deer so far with the recurve. Yeah, this piece of wood right here is going to be a couple bows. I need to split it. That's why it's by the wood stove, and then we're gonna get that rolling. So. Oh, Ben, I didn't know he was live. Otherwise, I would have hopped on to check him out. It's not a BMW. Don't do me like that. Dude, it's a G8, man. I mean, I'm glad you remember that, though. That's kind of cool. Who is Rumble? Yeah, it's a G8. No, cool fire, but this piece of wood right here is a piece of black walnut that my buddy Shibe got for me, and we're gonna turn that into a couple bows, most likely. I should be able to get 2 or 3 out of it. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, Bill. Sounds like a plan, dude. John, I'll have to check them out. I'm not super familiar with other styles of bow besides besides the recurves and longbows, pretty much. And then you get in like the reflex, deflex, and all that kind of weird stuff. But Jax, how are you doing? I wonder if Tony's dragging a deer out right now. I haven't heard from him since 9 a.m. He's probably out in the woods dying right now, and I'm just here in the garage, chilling. Gee, I don't think I can. I don't really want to either. I don't want to risk breaking anything. Trouble, here's the thing. I might hit the phone. I don't want to risk it. I'm not as good as he is. It's weird. Like, I'm exhausted. I have more deer meat than I know what to do with, but I just want to get back out in the woods tomorrow. At least you know it, Ben. At least you know it. Eli, what's up? How are you doing? There we go. Stacking them. John, this is a, whoops, wrong side. It is a Black Hunter Recurve. It's about $80 off of Amazon. I haven't even upgraded the string on this one yet. This is still the string that comes with it. And I'm shooting super cheap arrows that I bought for my wife. These are the Link Boy arrows, and they'll run you about $45 a dozen. So super cheap setup all in all, but it works. I mean, you can see I got 3 arrows stacked right about there. So, you know, a lot of these cheaper bows are shooters, you know. People hate on them because they're made in some factory in China somewhere, but they're pretty decent. No, KDW. I have my Samick Sage. So you could hunt big game with this, not in 20 pounds. I wouldn't take it out in a 20-pound bow. But you can upgrade the limbs for about $40, and you can put 30, 35, I think they go all the way up to 60-pound limbs for it. And then you can absolutely hunt with it. I hunt with a Samick Sage. My hunting bow is sitting over here. There's not really anything different. I don't know. I like both of them. They're both great bows. This one has a little bit of a longer AMO, meaning it's just longer end to end. And for me, that seems to work a little bit better. I do like the grip on the Black Hunter more than the Sage, though. I will say that. Nah, it's not the GXP. It's just the GT, Jeffrey. I wish it was a GXP. I don't know what you mean, Coolfire. Ooh, Ben, that's not great, dude. Yeah, John, if we had some Osage around here, I would absolutely love to work with it. It's not native to Pennsylvania. It will grow, but we don't have a lot of it. So otherwise, I would love to get some. And unfortunately, the staves run you about $150 for a decent stave. So I want to build a couple practice bows and then go from there. So. And then I do have a recurve on order right now too. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I think I've hinted at it previously, but I'm excited to get that as well. But it's like a 6-month lead time on it, so takes a little bit. But the good ones are worth the wait, I think. So. Oh, Coolfire. So, I don't know. I need to get heavier limbs for this, and then give it a try and see how it feels. Because I'm drawing about 27, 28 pounds with this one, and my other one is 43. So it's a pretty big difference. I'll get there. Patrick, how are you doing, man? I'm doing all right, doing my usual thing, drinking beers, and shooting deers, you know. BC Racing, what's up? That was a little high. Pulled that one a little too much. Honestly, Cool Fire, I don't think you could go wrong with either of these bows, dude. Might have to adjust my knock height on this one. What's up, Russia? How are you doing? Send you $20? Nah, I'm good. Thanks. BC Racing. Yeah, I'm a glove kind of guy. Some people shoot just bare fingers. I'm not really about it because a lot of people end up causing nerve damage. So I wear the glove, and even with that, like my middle finger from the knuckle up has gone completely numb in the last couple months. So Ben, I'll have to check it out then. I don't hop on the email too much, but I'll make a point to get on there tomorrow. All right. Well, hey, thanks for dropping a comment. You know, you're helping feed the algorithm. We appreciate you. We got Wild Bill up here now. What's up? How are you doing?
How you doing, man?
Brought some sausage for me.
Yeah, see if you like it.
That's a lot. I don't need that much
It
sausage.
might need smoked a little more.
What do you mean it might need smoked a little more?
It's not real smoked real hard, but try it out. Let me know what you think.
We'll try it out right now. I don't need all the sausage, dude.
It's a little blend, like I said. It could be smoked a little bit more.
You got hunting tonight?
I didn't see anything tonight.
Man. What do you think, guys? Should I take Bill out on the pain train? 3 miles deep on public land? I don't know if I'm willing to go back there. It took us about 4.5 hours to get my doe off, or sorry, my buck off of the pain train. Cannon, what's up? How are you doing? Yeah, Bill's like staying out of the frame. I don't know what he's doing. He's just hiding over in the corner here.
Yeah.
He doesn't like you guys or something.
I packed all my stuff to go to Erie.
When do you leave for that?
Tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun.
Back Sunday.
In the middle of the rut, you're leaving to go steelhead fishing.
I have to. I'm obligated.
You really don't have to.
I'm obligated to do whatever the kids want me to do. You know?
All right, let's try it out. Where do you get this done at?
Macy's. Pretty moist. Like I said, you could probably smoke it a little bit more.
Yeah, it is a little bland.
Give it a little more flavor.
I kind of feel you on that. Definitely a little bland. Need some like cheese and jalapeno in it.
Did you make some?
I've got like 10 pounds of jerky in the dehydrator right now.
Nice.
So I'll make sure to save some for you then. That was a little low. You know, the best part is a deer at 13 yards, like that's still a dead deer, so it is what it is. I'm happy with it. These arrows also aren't tuned very well for this, for my draw weight. 1,000 spine arrows.
They're flying nice.
They're all right. Once you see them stick out of the target, though, you'll see them. They're all different, facing a different way. They're just not. I need stiffer arrows if I'm going to shoot the bow more. Yeah, they need some cheese in them, dude. I'm a big fan of sausage with cheese in it. John, that stinks, man. Sorry to hear that. Polar, yeah, this is my garage. And we're going to make it bigger next spring. We're going to knock out this wall and frame in the carport. So I'll be able to shoot 20 yards in here real soon. There we go. We'll stack a couple arrows at least. But you might as well just take your bow up to Erie with you.
Just thinking about it.
Nah, you shoot some steelhead fishing, dude.
Yeah.
Enjoy it while you're up there for a couple days.
Hopefully I can bring home 30 pounds of steelhead. That'd be nice. I haven't done a whole lot of steelhead fishing, so it's definitely going to be interesting.
I've never done it. I've only done salmon fishing in New York. So, I mean, it's the same thing, shoulder to shoulder. I don't know if there's many Russians up there that are just using treble hooks and cutting people's lines and starting fights, though, so. Cannon, has anybody else killed anything yet? Bill here got a deer. I'm eating his deer right now, actually. And then Tony's killed, he's killed 3 deer so far. Two really, really nice bucks, and then a doe. So we've been getting after it. And that number should be a lot higher. If Tony and I didn't start out this year using the recurves, we really would have been stacking some bodies. I mean, I should have 3 bucks down by now, but it is what it is. So.
You would have tagged out by now.
Well, I have unlimited tags for Maryland, but, you know, I might be considering buying an Ohio license right now. So. John, I'll take you up on that, dude. You hit us up on Facebook, and I will absolutely send you my address. And then in return, I'll send you some like jerky or something. I haven't perfected my deer sticks yet. They're kind of finicky because you got to get them to like the perfect temperature, and then you got to get them in an ice bath. And deer sticks are a little finicky, but my jerky's pretty good. Not to toot my own horn.
Mm-hmm. I've had it.
What do you think, Bill? You think I'm killing a deer tomorrow? I don't think I am. I want my dad to kill a deer.
They're definitely moving.
I don't know. I think Tony got skunked today. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't heard from him in hours. He's probably down there dragging out a giant by himself. I probably have like 5 missed calls from him. Okay. That one's not lighting up too great. Icy. Dude, that's what I'm using. I love the Black Hunter, man. You can't go wrong with it. For $80, I think it's fantastic. Aaron, that's awesome. Tell him I said congrats. Rabbit, how are you doing? When did you hop on here, buddy? That was off by a little. You got all your stuff packed for tomorrow? Like, you ready to go?
Yeah, got some neoprene chest waders and frog cog lighter ones. I don't know how the weather's gonna be.
It's probably gonna be cold.
I'll be ready. It'll be interesting to get some fishing on film again.
Yeah, it's gonna be easy compared to filming hunting.
Yeah.
Filming hunting is like, the challenge of it is kind of fun, but it's such a pain in the butt sometimes. Are you heading out?
Yep.
Well, thank you. I appreciate
Have a
it.
good one.
I'll see you, man.
All right.
Patrick, I'm waiting for Tony to pick the trad bow up again. I don't know if he's going to do it this year. he had a rough go at it, right? And like I kind of learned from his experience as well. Like we kind of learn off each other, right? So he had that buck. I can't remember if it was like the first or second day of the season down in Maryland. A really cool velvet 6-point with like a broken skull plate, so the antler came off and just went down. So he had a bad shot on that one because he didn't stop it, which, you know, learning experience. I never stopped deer with a compound. He never stops deer with a compound. And then he shot a doe a couple weeks ago that he didn't get it on film, so I can't confirm or deny, but he said it was a really good shot, and we didn't end up finding her. Where he was hunting that night was on a military installation, and what happens is they close down certain areas depending on training, so that area wasn't open the next day, so we never even got a chance to go in and find her. So, you know, the switching from a compound to a recurve, like it'll break your heart. It'll break your heart. It'll humble you really, really quick. That's for sure. Ooh. Get to it, Mr. Random. I'm glad to see you're still here. That was low. Heck yeah, everybody go sub to Rabbit. He's got an awesome channel. Alrighty, guys. Well, it's been about 50 minutes. I think I'm going to hop off. Hey, all of my admins, they're the people in blue. Patrick, Rabbit, Alaska, IFV, they all got really cool channels. Go check them out if you haven't. We're all about supporting everybody in our hunting community here. So if you can help, give them a sub. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. Yeah, Danielle, I can do that. Yeah, so we're going to shut it down here. I appreciate everybody hopping on. Appreciate all the support. Admins, you guys always do a great job. We love you guys, and have a good night.